Hi folks, and welcome back to the Star Wars Library, where Star Wars is in print, and we're going back to the newspaper strips today to talk about the Serpent Masters. Now this is a newspaper strip that was written by Archie Goodwin, as per usual recently, and you can find it in Classic Star Wars Volume 1. This is where you can find it here. This is collecting a lot of them. There's 4 volumes of these too, so if you're ever interested in getting the trades, it's a good way to do it. So this picks up exactly where Darth Vader Strikes left off. And if also, I forgot, in the single, if you want the single issue of this, it's Classic Star Wars number 4. Anyways, so Luke and Tanith and the droids are leaving Fondor on this barge, and Tanith is trying to get the barge to crash onto this planet to give freedom to her people from the Serpent Masters. Now, the Serpent Masters are these snake things that have raiders that fly on them. If I can show you an image here of that. For example, here's Luke riding on one here. There's some more there. So basically that's what they're doing, and she's trying to free her people. Luke is still interacting with her. In fact, they kind of have a romance going on, as you can see right here. And so you're like, okay, like, Luke, you've moved on from your sister. That's good, right? Good. Tanith can be the love thing. But no, Leia and Han will show up, and again, I don't really want to spoil the plot because I don't want to ruin it for you. Now, this is once again drawn by Al Williamson, who is one of my favorite artists from the old days. He does, to me, a better job of doing a little bit more realistic characters. I know Walt Simonson, the previous artist for the newspaper strips, for the Marvel stuff, is one that, I don't know, like, it's very Marvel-esque, but it doesn't look very real to me. When Al Williamson did the art for some of these issues of Marvel, he did a really good job, and it's the same thing here. Ross Manning did a great job as well, but obviously, this point in life, he's not around anymore. In our chronology in 1981, unfortunately, so he does a great job here. Now, there is one thing I do want to comment on still. It's not really a spoiler or anything. I mentioned in Darth Vader Strikes, which is the story that takes place before this, that Luke and Leia had, or that Luke was jealous of Han. Basically, Tanith and Luke, we know that they obviously won't end up together, right? So they diverge and they go off on their own. So Leia is like, oh, Luke, you should have went with her. Like, you would have liked it. And Luke, sorry, I'm trying to find it. Basically, Luke's like, oh, Leia, here, you ought to know I'd be the last person in the galaxy to abandon you, Leia. And then they kind of look into each other's eyes, kind of like weird, and then Han shows up, and you're just like, thank God that Han showed up. So it's kind of like Luke's like, oh, no, I had a thing with Tanith, but don't worry, Leia, you're the girl for me. And again, it's just that, just because we know that they're siblings. So unfortunately, that's still kind of there. It's a little silly. Tanith isn't as, oh, Luke, you're so cute. I'm so turned on to you, like she was in Darth Vader Strikes. So it's a little bit toned down here. But then, of course, Luke just rebounds. She was the rebound girl for him, and now he's back to Leia. What are you going to do? So anyways, Serpent Masters, is this an essential read? No, this is not an essential read at all. This is easily skipped. There's really nothing too much with it. It is essential, I do think, if you've read Darth Vader Strikes and you want to know what happens right after that. But if you're skipping Darth Vader Strikes, then there's no reason to read this. Honestly, it's one of those standalone things, and if you skip it, it's no harm done. So anyways, thank you so much, folks, for tuning in, and I will see you next time with another episode of the Star Wars Library. May the Force be with you.